Yo, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be making a chill future bass song, or maybe like an emotional future bass song, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, today's video is going to be just kind of fun, so let's get straight into it. Hey everyone, just one more announcement before the video starts. So I actually have a new single coming out to Gada Records, and it's called My Own Way. This song's going to be coming out on March 11th this year, so it's going to be coming out next Friday. So stay tuned, and I'll play a little demo for you guys. Alright, that's all I could play for now, but keep an eye out for next Friday, it's coming out. Alright guys, with that announcement out of the way, let's get right back to the video. Alright, so we're here in FL Studio, and today we have the BPM set to 100, because like I said, we're going for more of a chill vibe, or like an emotional vibe. But anyways, I started off with this splice vocal loop that I found. So that kind of set the ground for this song that I have here. I just kind of worked around it, built some chords around it, and just layered everything up. So here in the intro, actually, I had a cool idea where reverse the vocal, and that way it like builds up into something kind of unique, and then all the instruments come in. So I'll show you what it sounds like, and then I'll show you how I did it. So here, actually, it's pretty simple. I just took this part of the vocal. I think it's near the beginning or the end. I can't quite remember. But all I did was just take this vocal here and reverse it by hitting this little reverse button. I made sure to make it a unique track. That way this one doesn't get reversed. And you can do that by right-clicking on this little thing here. And then you can make unique, and then it won't, when you reverse this one, it won't affect that one. But I just have a little automation here with the volume to slowly build it up over time. And then in the beginning, I also added this ARP, and this one I also have a volume automation on that. Also, we have things like white noise, and we also have some things like the vinyl crackle, just to give it more atmosphere. But yeah, that's our little pre-intro thing, but now we can get into the actual intro of the song with the chords start playing, the instruments come in. So of course we have our vocal here in the beginning. And along with the vocal, of course, we have our chords here. Now this here, I actually got a piano from Flex, because I actually like the way it sounds. It sounds pretty good. In my opinion. If you haven't tried Flex, you really should. They have some pretty good sounds in there. And this one, for the rest of the chords, I have a pad playing here. And this here is just a vinyl preset. But as far as the intro goes for instruments, that's pretty much it. Just the piano and the pad to keep it nice and simple. But of course, from there, we don't want our mix to be empty with just a few instruments. We want to add some atmosphere in there. So I added a drone, along with this ARP that we talked about in the intro. And this one here, I just threw a bunch of reverb on it with a filter and the wider plugin as well to make it more wide. And then also here in the intro, to fill up the atmosphere a little bit more, we have the vinyl crackle. And we have some various effects like some impacts and ambient shot. And then later on in the intro, we have another drone coming in here. And we have some more effects like white noise. And the transition here into the break, actually, I have that reverse vocal from the beginning. But yeah, as far as the intro goes, we're keeping things pretty simple to play along with the emotional and like chill vibes of the song. But yeah, I'll go ahead and play the intro for you guys. Alright, now we can move into the break here. What I did here was add in another vocal loop from Splice. And then also with the effects, we'll cover those in a little bit, but I want to get onto the instruments that we added. So pretty much what I added was a bass here. And then also with the effects, we'll cover those in a little bit, but I want to get onto the instruments that we added. So pretty much what I added was a bass here. And then also with the effects, we'll cover those in a little bit, but I want to get onto the instruments that we added. So pretty much what I added was a bass here. And this bass here is just a silent preset, and I put some EQ on there to take out the sub frequencies. And of course, to fill in those sub frequencies, we have the sub bass here. And for the sub bass here, we just have EQing to take out some of the highs. So now together, all of our instruments sound like this. And another instrument I added here were these strings playing in this pattern. And the strings here is just, once again, it's flex. But yeah, as far as the effects go, we still have some things from the beginning that are playing. We still have this art playing in the background. We have the ambient shot. Some effects like white noise. And a simple transition. I also went ahead and added these snaps to give more rhythm to the song. And for these snaps, I went ahead and put a bunch of reverb on it to keep it more soft. But yeah, keeping everything very soft and chill in the break. And this is what it sounds like. Alright, but now we can move on to our build-up. So for the build-up here, we still have our vocals playing, those two up there. We still have some chords and the basses. We also have the strings still playing. And we also added some various effects. I'll go into them right now. Alright, some of the effects that we added was this clock here with a bunch of reverb on it. And I also added this drone here to fill up the mix a little bit. And we also have these wind chimes transition. And we got some other things like down sweeps. And then moving on more into the build up here, we added more risers. Some white noise. And some various things like crash transitions and more down sweeps. And then I also added this reverse vocal here in the key of our song, just to add more atmosphere. And then we just have a simple build up drum loop here. That is slowly being built up with a volume automation. And then right before our drop hits, I added these white noise and this reverse kick here that brings the bass and kind of like sucks it up. Alright guys, now that we got our build up done, we can go straight into the drop. So here for this drop, I actually went with a 4 on the floor kick pattern instead of more of like a future bass like doom cha, doom cha. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we went with a 4 on the floor kick pattern with some snares. But yeah, I just took one of these snares and went ahead and reversed it. But yeah, pretty simple for the drums. So for the chords here, I'll play those for you guys. So for these chords here, I just have some 4 presets. We got 2 silent, 1 serum, and a vital preset. And for the processing on these chords, I just added some OTT, wider to make it a little bit more wide, some EQ to take out some of the lows, and the kickstart for the sidechain. Also here we added a bass. And this is made up of 3 presets, 2 vital and a serum. And we have some OTT on here with some more EQ to cut out some of the subs, and of course kickstart for our sidechain. Along with that bass, we also have our sub here. And this is just a silent preset with some EQ to take out some of the highs, and of course the kickstart for the sidechain. As far as the instruments goes, that's pretty much it, except for this ARP that we added here. And this here is composed of 3 vital presets. And on here for the processing, I just have some OTT, some reverb, EQing for the lows, make it wider in the mix, and some kickstart. So that's pretty much it for the instruments of the drop. Once again, keeping things kind of basic. Now we can jump into some of the effects. So in the beginning here, I have these exhausts and white noise that follow the pattern of the chords. And we also have some things like the transitions here, and some upsweeps. And then right here, during these silent parts, I added some fun little effects. I'll play those for you guys. I don't know, I was just messing around and I put those in there, and I think they sound pretty cool. And then during this part of the drop, we transition into more of like a breakdown of the drop, where all the instruments getting played and everything just kind of comes together. And to transition into that, we just have some risers. And once again, I did that trick I talked to you in the beginning where I reversed the kick. That way, this part where it's silent, the bass gets ramped up, and it's just a cool effect. And then here in this part of the drop of the breakdown part I'm talking about, we added in our vocal again. That way, everything kind of comes back together. And here as well, in this part of the drop, we added some top loops. And I almost forgot to mention, the very last thing that we have in here is a drone that's playing to fill up the mix in some of the parts where I want everything to kind of come together. As far as the drop goes, that's pretty much all we have. Alright guys, looks like everything's put together, and now let's go to the final result. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. And also make sure you like the video to support me and the channel. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.